Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sporting160EN podcast. Got a nice spicy one coming up for you, as always. Joined by my co-host, Christian. Christian, how's it going, bro?
I'm doing good. Felt like we had a very convincing win this weekend. I was like, definitely needed a result to settle down, to take the pressure off a little bit going into the Dragão. Thinking we're going to be good, and then we get the bombshell from last night, and now, the Dragão is almost not even something that I have thought about in the last 24 hours. Things change very quickly now. So yeah, there's still 2 weeks left of the window as well, so buckle up, folks.
Joined by a very special guest who also does our thumbnails. Also been on the show a few times. Our boy Richard, my Canadian brethren. Rich, how's it going, bro?
Oh, fuck, it's going. It's going. We got a lot to get into this show, don't we?
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Make sure to give Sam a follow. My man's now in Portugal. This guy's just traveling all around the world.
Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Pitbull. Shout out to Steph. Give Steph a quick follow. I'm right there. And, of course, don't forget to support the page. Boys, let's just jump right into this. Let's go to the Twitter questions first. A lot of it has to do with Mateus Nunes, just be real.
Yeah.
All right. So first question comes in from Gabriel Regu 7131 on Twitter. He asks, if we don't bring any substantial player, that's wild, whether that be a striker or a midfielder, do you think we still have a chance to win the league or even Champions League knockout qualifications? I honestly don't see us doing very well if we don't pick up another striker or midfielder. Rich, I'll give that one straight to you, dude. We don't pick up anybody. We're playing the kids. What do you think?
Dario Asugo time in midfield, I guess. Champions League's a crapshoot because you don't know who you're going to get. So we don't really know yet. We could still get a favorable group. The league, I think it's curtains. I don't think we'd have it in us for a full league campaign. I feel like it's toss the Liga and maybe the toss of Portugal. But I think looking at our league chances realistically, we already had the draw against Braga. Porto, I think it's Porto's title to lose personally. Benfica did the Benfica thing where they bought 6 guys and maybe one or two of them will be okay and the other 4 we'll never see or hear of again. Yeah, I'm not we need a midfield. If Bragança wasn't hurt, I wouldn't be too worried because that would have been the natural thing of okay, Mateus Nunes is going to be gone, but Bragança's there and he's healthy, but his knee blew up on him and he's gone for a good chunk of the season. So you don't really have that natural, okay, here's our midfielder to pick up. So yeah, I don't know. I think we could still do top 3, maybe second in the league, but I think Champions League, we might be playing Europa here in that glorious Europa League anthem come February.
I don't mind.
I don't mind. I love the
Europa
Europa
League.
Win.
I
love the Europa League. It's more chaotic than Champions League. Champions League sucks. It's Super League 1.0 essentially.
Low key, give me the Conference League, baby.
Long live the Conference League. I like obscurity, and they give me obscurity and chaos.
Bro, the new Europa League anthem slaps, anyways. So.
It does.
But I mean, if we're gonna compare it to the Champions, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right.
This should still be booed over at all times.
In Avalada, 100%.
Yeah, at the Avalada, yeah.
Agreed. Our boy Matt Paiva, Casa Paiva at mpaiva7 on Twitter asks, ideally we need both, but if we can only choose one of the two, Al Musrati or Andre Almeida, who do you think we need more? One is battle-tested and a serial ball winner. The other is young with still much to prove, has lots of potential, but is very good. Who's your man? I'll ask both of you this, but Chris, what do you think? Those are the only 2 names. I don't know. And sorry. Let me just quickly interject. I don't know if necessarily we're linked to them or if Sporting Twitter are just putting their names out.
I don't think we're linked to any of them.
I don't think we're linked to anybody.
Exactly.
The only one,
just like Navarro.
If we're not linked to him yet, we're about to be, bro.
Yeah.
I think our man is on Braga, but I don't think he's either of the 2 that were listed, bro. I think our man is Ricardo Duarte, dude.
In midfield, though, that's wild, bro.
That's a bold
dude. He's just
choice.
he's gonna be our utility man.
Yeah. I was even thinking, unless we drop Pote and Ricardo, because we were linked to fucking Kluivert, maybe we're dropping Pote and just we need another winger or
We have
another forward player.
so many dudes on wing. That's the only thing.
We do need another, like, I don't think, though, I do think that I honestly do think that we are going to make a signing or two.
They will.
Yeah.
So if we sign Ricardo de Horta, I don't necessarily think that takes us out of the running from signing like an 8, for example.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like, I'm sick of paying the fucking Braga tax. I think that's kind of an accepted notion, is we always overpay for Braga players. But it's Al Muzrati and I like him. But yeah, Horta wouldn't be bad. That would make sense, like Danny said, if Pote drops back to midfield and not in the wing. I wouldn't mind Andre Almeida, a little hidden career mode gem in FIFA. I know that's not much to go off of, but like from what I've seen,
he's a good player.
Good. He's pretty good. He's like youth international for Portugal. That's always an okay sign. That's never a bad sign. So I'd be happy with either, but the Braga tax scares me a bit.
Bro, more than Almeida though, I would have loved Andre Franco.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And we'll get into it, and it's mainly Chris's point. Like the fact that we're accepting this now when we had an offer, if not the same, similar to it, and we didn't accept it. We just fucked around we just fucked around and missed the perfect opportunity to get like an Andre Franco, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would take Al Muzrati out of those two if I'm being frank, if I'm being really honest. Our boy Abdallah coming in asking Pote on midfield, Nuno Sanchez a left winger against Fruta de Porto. What do you think? I think now it's very clear that Varandas is George Mint's puppet. Who do you think will be the next victim?
Fuck, only now? Where have you been, Abdallah?
Yeah, I mean, I think
not hidden well.
I think the moment that I guess we didn't necessarily know it right away, because one of the funniest ones was right away, but I guess I didn't necessarily mean it. The Wang incident, that was like in the first couple months. Like that should have been an immediate red flag.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely is, man. I wonder what Emily's take on this whole thing.
Yes.
The end of this transfer window gives me strong like Kaiser ball, the end of that like transfer window in 2019, 2020, where he just sold Rafinha and didn't tell Kaiser, and Kaiser's like, what the hell? Why was this not? That's one of my top players. Why would you not communicate this to me? This gives me those kind of vibes, and I'm afraid we're gonna pick up a Jesse for friggin' panic buy all of a sudden. Like that's what concerned me.
So you're saying we're picking up a legend. A legend is what you're talking about.
We're picking up a legend. We're picking up a
FIFA and Hesse.
We're picking up a FIFA Ultimate Team legend. Yes. we did that for a couple years. We had Doumbia like the one summer. We had Joel Campbell too the one summer as well.
It was like a random.
I was gonna say Jack Wilshere, but he just recently retired.
Ah, shit, Ramsey.
No, he just went to Nice.
We used to talk about Wilshere coming, bro. I think the dream's permanently over.
I think the dream's dead.
Yeah, he was retired. His knees are shot. Poor guy.
Who's a the streets will never forget player. If Adel Taarabt wasn't at Benfica, you could say Adel Taarabt because the streets don't forget about QPR apparently.
Yeah. But boys, what do you think? Our 11. I mean, there's no way we're gonna get a replacement in enough time for Porto. Kristen, I'll start with you though. I actually think it might be what Abdallah's saying. Because Ugarte and Murita in the midfield would be wild, in my personal opinion.
It's a bold.
What do you think?
That's what it's
Janich in the chat. Oh man, he just recently went somewhere. Sorry,
that's
go ahead.
What he's gonna do. I mean, I don't really get what else it could even be.
Yeah.
Too.
Unless you're starting an unproven player in a massive game, George Jesus style or some shit.
Sugu? No. What's the other kid's name? Matheus Fernandes.
Yeah. That'd be a wild decision, dude. Morita's really not battle tested either, but at least he's A, played in senior games before, and B, played in the stadium before, but for other teams at this level.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I think Abdallah's probably got it spot on, or we play Morita in the midfield. It's one of those two.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's going to be Pote maybe in the midfield. I was going to say Tabata. Joke's on me.
And it's going to be the same front three.
And we sold him so we wouldn't have this situation too. We sold him so that we would keep Mateus Nunes, and then we sold both, and now we're up shit creek without a paddle.
Exactly. I mean, so let's just get straight in before the game. Let's just we'll give our opinions on everything. At least we have this. His last moment in the Sporting shirt was basically this. This is a cold celebration as well.
Do not hit play on that video.
I will not.
This
is about to get taken the fuck down. But yeah, boys, Mateus Nunes, as we've been mentioning all so far in the last 10 minutes. Mateus Nunes, 45 million plus 5 on objectives to Wolves. Christian, dude, take it away. What are your thoughts on all of this? A good chunk of money.
Yeah, it's a good chunk of money. I mean, I guess the realities are it's a decent chunk of money. Probably, I mean, it's not as much as we would have liked. It never is, right? Exactly. I think that's kind of a consistent theme. Not the clause or whatever. It's honestly just weird because there's a lot of things that have been indicated over the past couple of weeks that would have led us to believe that at least this specific move wasn't going to happen, because we've already known about the 45 plus 5 Wolves offer for I want to say at least 2 weeks now, maybe slightly less than that, 12 days, something like that. It was on the cover of Record 12 days ago. So it's not a new decision. Mateus Nunes has basically publicly rejected the Wolves project and the West Ham project. Ruben Amorim said in that press conference, he's rejected offers that would have changed his life.
David Moyes even came out and said we made an offer, and he said
no.
David
Moyes confirmed the West Ham offer.
Yeah,
and Mateus Nunes had seemed like he was holding out for what you would consider a big six club. If that was January, if that was next summer, he seemed ready to just wait it out and pass on offers that would change his life to move to the Premier League, to outside the big six clubs. And then randomly after, let's just say if he left on deadline day, it wouldn't have surprised anybody, right? We've been talking someone's leaving. It's him or Inacio. Inacio's been playing a bit worse to start the season. Mateus has been in good form. So I guess it's Mateus. But yeah, it's a questionable timing right before the Porto game. It's not a new offer, so if they've had this offer, why are you accepting it now? I almost would have rather seen him leave before Rio Ave and just be out of here when that offer first comes in. So we're not even thinking that we have him for any of these games in August, because he's played one game and he's left, Wendell style, one game and out, right? The fact that he's played so well for the second game, he's hit a banger. He was in beast mode against Braga. It's kind of crazy. I was definitely expecting to have him, think that we'd have him for 2 more games, because I would think he was going to leave. I thought he was going to leave on deadline day, right? So I thought we had him for at least 2 more games, including the visit to the Dragão. So those are my takeaways from it, and then we can get into conspiracy theories about it afterwards.
Oh, that's yeah, I kind of echo that sentiment. It's at least wait till after the Dragão game, because that could already make or break your title hopes this soon in the season. I know it's 3 games in, but you build a lead in this league, you don't blow it very often, unless you're Benfica in that COVID year. When we came back from COVID and they had a 6-point lead, and then Portugal just caught them. That's a game that makes or breaks your season. I'm with Chris. It made no sense. I figured deadline day was maybe possible, so you'd at least get them for 1 or 2 more games. And yeah, it's not a new offer. We've known about this offer for a while, and I feel unless they were going to say, okay, we'll up our objectives by 5 million, or we'll up the initial fee by 5 million plus the objectives, I could have been okay, maybe. But it doesn't seem like enough money. It's us and Porto do a piss poor job of getting value for our players. Benfica's as shitty as they are, as much as I hate them, they scam teams out of their money. Darwin Núñez for like 80 mil. I was like, fuck, good for them. Couldn't be us.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That's I think that's the most annoying part with me too, is like literally the timing of this couldn't be any worse.
Yeah.
We already dropped points to Braga. Like, you would think that would be, big on their minds. And one thing I've been saying, especially to the people that are okay with this move, which I mean, fair enough. I mean,
I'm
I
not
don't know.
mad about it. Like, it's just
I am.
timing wise and utility wise, like you don't have a natural midfield to replace. Now you have to kind of panic buy somebody. That's
I
the
mean, this
issue
day
I
was
have with
gonna
it.
come one day.
We
Of
knew
course.
we knew it was coming.
I'm still. I feel like I've complained about most transfer dealings. Maybe it's my bias, right? I complained about Bruno Fernandes to only for 50, but it's like you said, Rich. I'm looking. I'm only doing this because I'm looking across the street and I see my neighbors selling shit for way more. My boy Darwin Núñez. Listen, the kid's gonna be okay, but
He's gonna be
80
good.
million.
Like, don't get me
No,
wrong.
he's not being. He's not gonna be good. He's gonna be okay.
At
To
this
be
stage,
fair,
80
I will say
million,
this:
no.
Mateus Nunes. I thought Mateus Nunes has had better international press than a lot of Sporting players that have left recently.
Better than Bruno, I would think.
Better than Bruno, better than Paguinha.
Bro,
But
he got the fucking Pep Guardiola co-sign. Like, that's an additional 20 million right
been
there,
getting
bro.
press, bro.
We got smoked 5-0, and all Pep Guardiola could talk about after the game was how good the pitch was.
Everyone in England knew who has been known who this guy is. Yeah.
Whereas when Bruno left, he was a farmer.
Exactly. But
Mateus,
but like to Chris's point, Mateus has been linked with fucking like 3-4 fucking teams in England. He was linked to United at one point too. You know what I'm saying? So it's the fact that we're only getting 45 plus 5. I don't care that he's going to Wolves because I get every Premier League team has money. But the fact that it's only that, there was a tweet I seen today too that was like Slimani and João Mario went for like a combined like 75 million.
I think he's Wolves' record transfer as well.
If not, he's up there. He's got to be close.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But Wolves have really only gotten money those last few years.
$37 million.
When they started sleeping with Menge.
It's 37 million pound, I think, because it's 45 million euro. So it's like 37 million pound is their record transfer. I mean, that was what was kind of surprising to me.
No, that makes sense though, because they've only had money for the last like 2-3 years since they've been in bed with Minge. And
it was like the year.
League, right?
It was like that year they were coming up from like they were still in the championship, and they bought Ruben Neves from Porto, and then they've been spending ever since, and all on George Men's clients.
He was 18. He was captaining Porto already, and then he moved to Wolves.
And he hasn't been able to leave. That's the other thing that I'm hoping Mateus Nunes realizes.
They paid 40 for Fabio Silva too, so he's got to be up there as well.
Neves has to be out. You would think, right?
I don't know. I think they might make a midfield of Laj. Laj is making a midfield of Nunes, Neves, and fucking
Moutinho. Still?
Who else is there? Then they have Pedro Neto, Gonçalo Guedes.
They have a lot of guys who could play wing. They have like half the Portuguese national team at this point.
Yeah, it's a decent team, especially with Mateus Nunes. Back to my point, I still think we can get more. Again, this guy has the Pep Guardiola cosign. Like, I don't understand how that's not pushing him to at least like 50, 55. What's this 5 million of objectives as well? Why not push it to more then? You know what I mean? Like we've gotten with Bruno at least we had like the 55 plus 15. If this is 45 plus 15, maybe I'm not crying as much. But again, it's all back to the fucking timing. Like we should have done this at preseason. And to quote Mourinho, sometimes the best investment is not selling any players. And in this case, that would have been. Sure, he might have shot the bed and maybe he pulls up Paginha and I don't know who takes his place personally, to be honest. But maybe he pulls up Paginha, maybe he gets injured, his value goes down. That's the risk you take. But if he plays one more season at Sporting, we maybe win the league or he goes to the World Cup, which he probably will. Or at least at Sporting.
He's going to the World Cup.
I don't know now. If he doesn't get minutes at Wolves or if he doesn't hit the ground running, he has 2 months really to convince Fernandes, who already barely played him. Are we sure he's going to the World Cup now?
He's a George Men's client. He's a George Men's client.
All three have to go. Moutinho, Neves, and
Moutinho's absolutely going to be there.
That's ridiculous. All I'm saying is I think we hold him on, even if we have to sell him in January. I think we get more money for him personally. But again, it all comes back to the timing. I don't think especially after Bragança, we're just so thin in midfield that it's a ridiculous fucking transfer to make in my eyes. Yeah. I hope Hugo Viana still has the legs, because who's playing in midfield again? Pot's good. Pot's not a midfielder, so
not naturally.
Hugo, I'm hoping you're ready, bro. Start lacing it up, because this is ridiculous.
Get ready.
All right, let's talk more fun though. Christian, start with the conspiracies.
Yeah, let's get into that.
All right. Well, here's
I like the Palinga one though.
Yeah, the Palinga one is the warning shot conspiracy.
Yeah.
So we knew, like, during the Palinga transfer to like Wolves, transfer to Fulham saga, we knew that Jorge Mendes like had claimed like exclusive rights on a transfer from Palinga to England, and I guess like, and then that was the Wolves link, right? Because Jorge Mendes is Wolves, and there was this other guy, Renato something, who was might be his actual agent, because it's like, as we know, Jorge Mendes doesn't even necessarily have to be your direct agent. He just interjects himself into the deals and becomes like an intermediary, whether even you want him or not sometimes. And there was this other guy who was obviously like the Fulham link. And so as we know, he ended up going to Fulham. Like, I don't think that was through Mendes. So if Mendes had the exclusive rights to Palinga for England, whether that's like in writing somewhere or that's just like a handshake deal, I don't even know what the fuck that means, or if that's like, like something you could like sue over. I don't even know. So then the warning shot theory is he's like, okay, well, I'm actually just going to be taking Matheus Nunes to Wolves now. Not even going to up the proposal. It's just going to be the same proposal from 2 weeks ago. Oh, you have the Clásico this coming weekend? Don't care. He's coming to England on Tuesday. Good luck, boys. And that's just to show you who's still in charge move. And so that one's not a bad conspiracy, I feel like. What do you guys think of that one?
I don't disagree, because our president's a fucking pushover, and he'll lay down for most people.
Because it's tough to imagine that Ruben Amorim was like, let's do it.
Oh, he was.
Right?
I'm sure he is. He is against. He is like, for any hockey people, he's Glenn Sather after they traded Gretzky. Like, not saying he's the greatest of all time, but like, they did this deal without his okay. That's what it's going to be.
Without his okay. As we know, very few things, I would say, happen without his okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that such a major thing seemingly happened without his okay, is an indication of something extraordinary happening going on,
Can I shoot my conspiracy on one player we might be getting to cover Matheus Nunes?
Go for it.
Please.
He's recently in the news. He's always in the news cycle every so often.
Oh God.
Any guesses, boys?
Don't tell me it's Adrian Silva.
Let's go, baby. Don't forget he was just crying recently.
He's always crying. He cries more than my grandfather. He was always in tears. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, that was during
the paixão, caralho.
I'd rather who put Miguel Veloso in the chat? I'd rather fucking Miguel Veloso come back.
Miguel Veloso just signed a new deal wherever he's at in Italy, Hellas Verona's, I think. So I don't think he's coming. He loves it out there, bro. Like,
good for him. I don't blame him. It's probably great fucking weather, good food. I respect the hustle.
He's got to go in Italy right now. Yeah. I don't think Veloso's it, but
fuck. Not Adrian, please.
No.
Yeah, not Adrian, please.
He's local. He's in Europe because his Qatari club, I believe.
No, he's back in thing with Pizzi. No, Adrian, no. He's with He's in Pizzi's group team.
Oh, they're in those.
I just seen a story with the two of them or some shit like that.
Which club is it?
Whatever club Pizzi fucked off with Carlos Carvajal too.
You want me to Google it, girl?
Adrian is there. I got
also, Fabio Martinez is his name, or Fabio something is on the team as well.
Al-Wahda.
I think it's a Qatari club. But I'm not positive.
It's Qatari, yeah.
It's Qatari.
No, it's UAE. It's UAE.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Al-Wahda, let me tell you who's on this fucking
Fabio Martinez. Yeah, I know Fabio Martinez
shit players
in that area of the world.
Fabio Martins, yep. The number 11, Ruben Canedo. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh,
Bro,
PZ's
like,
not
bro,
here?
is
Bro, I
he-
could have sworn PZ came here.
Is he actually
Hold on, who's
linked
the
to
coach?
Sporting?
No, he's not. I'm just saying.
Oh, I swear to Christ, don't put that evil on
Yeah,
me. I
Carlos
don't want him
Camarón.
back at
Where's
this point.
PZ?
After the
Wikipedia doesn't have
debacle of
PZ
how
on
he
it?
left, like, I'm okay, thanks. He's also pulling like the Luis Figo, which is like, oh, I'd love to come back to Sporting, but he'll never actually come back to Sporting. That's what I
mean,
feel.
I feel like your ship sailed, bro.
Oh, it's done now.
Oh,
He's
he is there.
so fucking
He's
washed. I'd
washed,
rather
bro.
Nani back at this
He's
point.
not even that old, bro. He's just
Yes.
like, I don't know. He's just not it. He's only
I'd rather
33.
fucking Nani just for the nostalgia factor over Adrian Silva if we're gonna panic buy a game.
Nani's not coming
No.
either. Nani's got to get thing going
And
on.
I know,
Nani
that's
just
what
got
pisses
something
me
in
off.
Australia. Poor guy, bro. He just left
Oh.
Florida taxes.
Fucking bring Lee Edson out of
Non-existent
retirement.
taxes.
Bring Lee Edson out of
Australia.
retirement at this
Lack
point or
of
something.
tax.
Where's Romagnoli from the 2007 team?
Yeah, for real. Where's Rochenbach right now?
Rochenbach, what a guy.
That's what Roshinga is, bro.
True.
That is what Roshinga is. I feel like
That's
Roshinga
true.
has potential to be like our in-league
Rochenbach.
X Factor signing that we haven't
Yeah.
had in a while. Other than Nunes Sense. Nunes Sense
Yeah.
and Roshinga is like a really good in-league
Yeah.
signing.
Your sounds also just a shit house, and I love him for it. can't complain.
This was the last thing I was gonna share.
Oh.
Out of these two, I think this one might be gone soon too, bro. If I'm being real.
And the
Do we
other
count-
one is
Do we
And
count
this one-
guys on loan as being
The only
gone,
reason this
gone?
one's not gone to Ajax is because he blew up his knee right now, or
Yeah.
else he'd probably be on the way there too. But yeah, that's. Anything else you guys want to add on Nunes? Personally, I do hope we get Al Musrati. I think he's a good fit. And Almeida would be nice too. I think we need two guys to really. I've been saying we need another midfield for a while, so I think now's the perfect
we needed
opportunity
one
to
for
get
a
two.
while.
My only worry is this direction is like so hell bent on making on this sale that we're gonna spend just as much just to get replacements in. Like if we go to Braga and get Al Musrati, we're gonna spend what 10 million.
Oh, they're gonna spend 15 million. You know the Braga
Andre
tax
Almeida.
fella.
There you go. Andre
Andre
Almeida. He's cheaper, but why hasn't he went to Porto yet? There's been some issues.
Porto's weird with their transfer dealings the last like year or two though. Like they've let so many guys just go on frees that really shouldn't have.
if we got Orta, it'd be like 20 probably.
Horta would be 20.
Arta's like 5. Arta was gonna go to Benfica for how much?
15,
20?
20. It was about 15,
it's
20.
supposed to be 10, and now it's been locked at 15. So someone needs to go to 20.
Yeah.
I know a club that has 20.
I know a team that might have 20.
Yeah, and maybe Mins will help out in terms of us.
I also
help
with
out.
Malaga. With Malaga.
Men's
Maybe.
also owns the pass, and it will satisfy Malaga because it will give Malaga their amount that they want, which is
Yeah.
at least 6 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that satisfies all parties. It doesn't necessarily fill an exact position of need for us, but it gets us an attacking option that's not a true striker. So it doesn't can't be getting actual strikers, right? We just have to get like attacking options, attacking mids, wingers.
Yeah.
Some people that can play forward sometimes in a pinch even, but just not, true number 9s.
We went
have to
nuts on
just-
wingers this transfer window too.
We just
Like when
gotta
I saw
keep
us linked to
one.
Kluivert, I was like, another winger? Like we
Wait,
just sold.
We haven't even
Tabata.
sold Jovan yet.
Yeah. Like we have
Bro.
so many wingers right
Jovan's getting sold for 1 to 2 million. So it's
now. Fuck,
not
we
like
should have
anything
we should have
bad.
capitalized on bubble Jovan
if
when
he
we had
gets
the
sold.
chance.
If it gets sold or just like released,
It's gonna be like a 5 million deal to some
No.
fucking no.
if it was 5, he wouldn't be here right now. No one will pay 5.
Yeah, no.
I on
I know.
bubble Jovan.
I knew there was something on record because I seen it today. Jovan like to Valladolid for only 2. So
Burnley,
Yeah,
what was
that's
Burnley offer? I know
Yeah,
Burnley
well-
had an offer.
Dude, does he
That
really
was
think
cheap
he's
bucks.
too good for Burnley, bro? Like, Christ, man.
Valladolid is first division now, though, right?
he's
Yeah,
like
they're the team that
probably,
just
like,
didn't they just
not
draw with
gonna
Barca?
Are
I feel like they're the team that just drew with Barca.
they?
They might. I could be
Valladolid?
mistaken. I could be talking out of
No,
my
I
ass.
think Barca won their first game.
No,
No,
they didn't. They tied.
no.
They tied their first game. I think it was against Valladolid. Let me check. Barcelona.
It's another shambles club, bro.
Well, they got no money in their. Yeah. Oh no, it was Vallecano. Rayo Vallecano. They
Vallecano.
tied, but they tied 0-0 and played a man down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they have
They
think they have the infinite money glitch on FIFA.
They do.
And they're just spending
They
it.
do. How did they like register their players, bro? Like that's the crazy thing.
Fraud.
They must know They must know something.
Real.
That's why I said they're gonna resort to fraud, or they know something about Super League negotiations that we don't. Because that's all in court right now, which is a debate for another day that we should get into.
All right, to end off this topic, because I think we spoke on it enough. I'm saying if you had only one player, and I'm leaving this comment up for the next few minutes, by the way. Sam's not here. Sam's not here, so I'm controlling this shit.
I got to plant my flag. I'm sorry, Lauren.
If you have to replace Matheus Nunes with just one player, who would it be? Ronaldo's on the table. It has to be realistic, so it could be Ronaldo if you wanted to.
He's going to
I'm saying Al Musrati. Go ahead, Rich. Oh, he might go to Atletico.
Ronaldo's fucking not on the table. He's doing
He's
the
on
Luis.
the table.
He's doing
We're selling players like wildfire.
He's doing the fucking Luis Figo thing.
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna do it forever.
You know what else I thought of?
Come back.
Our team is definitely less appealing than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
worse.
100%.
So it's like, why would he want to come? We're not even gonna do shit, bro.
The tie to Braga alone already fucked our chances of getting Ronaldo.
He's only coming here to win. He's not gonna come here to get like a light.
He's coming when he's totally washed, like 41, and when Cristiano.
We need to make like a bunch of really good signings in the next week to reconvince him.
Yeah, facts.
If I could bring a guy, it's one of Musrati or Andre Almeida. It's one of the two. I can't pick. Fuck, Andre Almeida.
Ivan. I'm throwing this out there.
Oh, who's the Brazilian guy from Fluminense? Actually, that I've been seeing Sporting Twitter linking us to.
I don't know, but I just thought Wendell. Bring Wendell back. My boy's hostage in Russia.
Fucking yeah, bring back Wendell. Fuck.
That's not a bad shout, actually. I just thought of that.
I didn't mind Wendell. Wendell was okay.
Wendell, I think, would replace Nunes pretty well.
Yeah. Brazilian for a Brazilian. Well, Portuguese, but. There's a guy that Sporting Twitter keeps linking us to from Fluminense in Brazil who's supposed to be wild, but I don't know. I feel like they're too deep.
Players from Brazil anymore.
We don't, and they're too deep in their season right now to want to sell a guy. Like I don't see that. Like they're in the Libertadores like semifinals right now. Like they're not selling one of their best or I'm thinking Flamengo, but they're doing well. They're not going to sell one of their best midfielders at this late in the season. Like they're going to keep on until the winter, regardless. So. It's going to be a Portugal buy, realistically, and I think it's probably going to be... Andre Almeida would make sense because he'll be a bit cheaper than Musrati. I feel like they're going to pay the Braga tax, but we'll see.
You want Mario on loan?
Fuck off. I don't want him back on the team. Every time even when he came back, every time I watch him, I'm like, you fucker, you slow every attack down. It's infuriating.
I had to do a double take on that. I'm like, did this fucker just say it? Mario on
loan? I took a buy. Bro, he came back the last time.
Cover 80% of the salary.
He slowed every attack. I'm like, what happened to your legs? You're only 28. It shouldn't be happening to you for another like 3 years.
Any outside shout, Chris, that you'd want for news?
I mean,
I'm trying to think of I'm being honest. I'm trying to think of MLS players right now too.
Within like our realistic range. I mean, bro, if we signed the Venezuelan CDM from the Union, Jose Martinez, bro, that'd be a great signing for us.
By us, you mean the Union, right?
He's going to Europe, bro. He's going to Europe in the next year. So I mean, why not be? Why someone's like we're never the? I feel like we don't really shop in the Americas market.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Not anymore. Not even
the South American market, let alone the North American.
Even when we had that revolution,
bro, Premier League clubs shop in the North American market. So I mean, clearly there's enough talent here for if Arsenal and fucking Chelsea are signing dudes out of MLS, then.
We never skated North America really, and we we haven't really scouted South America for a while.
We are just leaving a lot of stones unturned, I feel like.
We haven't scouted South America since like pre Bruno de Carvalho. Like we kind of stopped once he kind of became president in like 13, 14. And we just kind of focused more on like European based guys, specifically Portuguese guys.
Yeah. Except when we signed Hernan Barcos, of course.
I forgot he existed. Fuck, that's a name.
Let's talk about something a bit more positive. Let's talk about the 3-0 convincing win against Rio Ave at home, our home debut for the season. Starting 11 was Antonio Adan, Neto, Kouachi, Nasu in the back line, Matheus Reis and Poru on the wing back position, Matheus Nunes with a banger, and Ugarte in midfield with Trincão, Marcus Edwards, because Paulinho was out for is going to be out for the next 2 games, this game and Porto. And of course, Pote, substitutions of Murita, Saint Just, Rochinha, Fatawu, and Ricardo Isgaio. Rich, take it away, dude. What were your thoughts on this game?
We played well. Well, we needed, like Kristen said before we came on, we needed a win. We needed to get 3 points, because if you go into the Dragão with 2 points from 2 games, it's done. It's a fucking shambles. I thought we played really well. We didn't really give up any chances that I could see. I was a big fan of the attack. I know Sam was kind of in shambles because Paulinho wasn't playing, but I was kind of a big fan of Edwards and Gonçalves and Trincão up front. They looked really dangerous early on. Trincão almost scored that fucking ridiculous goal on the crossbar. It hit the crossbar, and I was like, oh, I would have loved for that just to shut up the slander. So I thought he had a really good game, and he deserved a goal. But yeah, that was kind of what stood out to me was the attack. I don't think Adan had any scary moments, which he usually has like 1 or 2 a game. This game he was calm, so that was nice to see, especially because like we didn't think he was going to be playing at this point. We thought he was going to be hurt. So
yeah. Chris, take it away, dude.
Really convincing. I thought, I'm gonna be honest, I said it in the group chat half jokingly, but not jokingly. Like, is Rio Ave about to do the yo-yo? Because I thought they were pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, they have a long ways to figure it out. But they literally did not put anything together at any point. They had like a couple set pieces that almost bounced around to almost create like a chance. That was really about it. The first like 20 minutes, I guess there was a bit of ambiguity. We just hadn't fully settled in yet, but we were still definitely the more dangerous team. And then after that, it was just really one-way traffic the entire game. This could have been like 6-0, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of chances went begging in the first half. And then once the second goal was in, it's like it's over. It was one of those some 1-0s are chill, right? You're like,
yeah,
feels like we're up by a lot. That's how this was, like a chill 1-0. Where they just kind of go down the field one time on their, I guess, somehow fucking create a chance on one counterattack and tie it up, and you'd like forget because it feels like you're up by more goals. But this was a very chill 1-0. Never felt at risk. And then, I feel like we deserve to score more goals. It's like a really solid performance going into the Dragão. I like the front 3. Like, I thought it was like linking up pretty well. All 3 players I thought played pretty well. Obviously Pote had the brace, could have had a Hattie, maybe 1 or 2 more. He converted all his chances, but I think they'll take that. Trincão, I think it'll come soon for him. And Edwards I thought was dangerous. Obviously provided an assist. I mean, I have literally no complaints about this game. I thought like pretty much everyone played pretty well, and that we just absolutely dominated them. Didn't even give them a chance.
Yeah, I agree. Not much to add there. To be honest, I liked Fatawu when he came on.
I did like him when he came on.
Honestly, I can't even think of anything else. Oh, I liked I like the Trincão point. I think he's coming more and more to his element. Let me just say, if he scores that goal, we had Dave on last week, and Dave kind of spoke on it from his time at Braga, that he was like sort of like looking for the goal, and finally when he got it, it was just like he was on fire.
It was an
Not
explosion.
saying that will be the case. Who knows? But if he scored that goal, I was gonna go off on Twitter because
I saw that
the
tweet.
week before, people were talking so much shit about this kid. And okay, he didn't score the goal. He only hit the bar, so maybe they're still right. Whereas, he's Paulinho 2.0. But
Paulinho 2.0 would have missed a fucking sitter. Let's be realistic.
Paulinho would have roofed it.
I try to defend Paulinho, but sometimes he makes it hard. He makes it difficult.
Makes it very difficult.
Me too. And I like Paulinho. Let me always say that. It's just he's an easy target to attack, and to be fair, it's like he deserves his criticism.
If your striker's not scoring goals, it's the easiest place to blame, right? Like,
yeah. But I like Trincão in this game. I see a lot of I'm seeing a lot more in Trincão that I like more and more. I can't think of anything else in this game. There's like no casos.
Relatively tame game by Portuguese league standards. Like usually at least once a game there's one like weird dodgy call or non-call. This was a relatively calm weekend in Portugal, which we don't get ever. Like the refs were on job in every game.
There was 3 yellows. That was it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't have an issue with like any of the yellows. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't even remember them, to be honest. So that's usually a good sign that they're good yellows.
They did their job.
Exactly.
They did their job this week. Next week it'll be back status quo.
Yeah, next week
they'll either call everything or call nothing. It's one extreme.
Mateus Rey is definitely better at left back.
Hard to agree. Not a center. He's not a center back. Everybody's been saying this, and I've agreed. He looks much more comfortable as a left fullback.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like Neto at center back, I guess, better than him.
Yeah. Neto did his shit, man. My only worry with Neto is at his age, how often can he play? Because when he plays, he's solid. I can never complain about.
He had one. The only time I can think of when he had a bad game was like the first Clásico against Porto last year. He had like I think he played and he had like a wild.
He'll pick up a yellow for a reckless challenge pretty frequently.
Yeah, he'll do that once in a while, and like that was the only game I could think of last year where I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But other than that, like I very seldom have a complaint about him. I'm fine with him playing.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully with this Mateus Nunes money though, we can at least get one more center back for rotation. Maybe St. Just will play against Porto, but I'll actually get into that in a bit. We'll review the Porto game. Man of the match. I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna give mine to Pote. Go ahead, Rich.
I was gonna give it to Pote because Mateus Nunes is leaving. I'll give it to him for sentimental reasons. That way,
he had a great game too.
If he ever sees it, he can go, Richard Nav's gave me man of the match on that Sporting podcast before I left. Good on him.
Yeah, because he's watching the practices.
I'll give it to him because that goal. I'm like, he's not gonna fucking shoot. Oh shit, he shot. I was like, it gave me like 18 Bruno vibes, like when we first signed him. And I was like, fuck, is he gonna have a Bruno Fernandes season? And then all my hopes and dreams got snatched away. Well, he might just not.
It won't be for us.
But yeah, I'll give it to him. If it wasn't going to be him, if we weren't having the sale today, like I would have given it to Pote, but I'll give it to him just to be sentimental.
Fair enough. I just seen a tweet too that was just like, I hate this goal now because this goal made Euro pick up and realize like he's a baller.
This goal.
I don't know if that's the case, but
no, I don't know if that's the case.
I don't know if that's the case, but anyways, man of the match, Krish.
Social media saw it. Was like, fuck it, we're doing it.
Yeah. I'll go. I'm gonna go Pote. I thought Pote played well. It was good to see Pote. I think, to be fair, I thought Pote played decent in the first game as well.
Yeah, he's been on fire all preseason, etc. I think
he looks like he's got his confidence back.
He looks like he also looks like a man that wants to go to the World Cup. Let's also be.
He wants to go to the World Cup to sit on the bench for every game because Fernando Santos is a
you get 26, right? So you get 3 freebies. You just sit there.
Yeah, it's 26 guys again, and 3 will.
They're fighting for he's fighting for the 3 freebie spots to just sit there.
Well, William's taken 1 again based on Fernando Santos' fucking logic last year.
Yeah, William's there.
Which pissed me off when he was in an interview.
William, Danilo. And,
if he plays William Danilo double pivot in any game, I'm flying to Qatar and I'm fighting Fernando Sanchez on site.
Not only is he doing that, he's playing William, Danilo and João Moutinho 1 game.
João Moutinho's definitely going to get a game regardless. Like, he's just
I
the
kind of
old
want
man
to
on the
see
team.
if Neves stays. I would like to see Moutinho, Neves, Nunes, at least on
That's
the
an
field.
okay
Imagine
midfield. I don't mind
An
that.
all Wolves midfield.
I wouldn't even hate that because like Moutinho's good for like half a game. He
I
just
want
doesn't have the
every
legs
Wolves
for
player
90.
to be on the field at once.
If I ever see, listen, I'm like a 80% Canadian fan, 20% Portuguese fan.
Yeah.
I will switch allegiances right away.
Yeah.
ASAP. All Canada after that. I don't care how many years of misery afterwards.
What pissed me off the most was like after the last Euros and like we're out and it's like, we're sad, whatever, shit happens. And they're asking about like his squad choice. He goes, yeah, like if I had a normal 23-man like team, William wouldn't have gone. And this is after the tournament. I'm like, you piece of garbage. You started him in 2 games, one of which we got shit kicked. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, explain that logic to me. So that's the thing. Like, I think Pedro Gonçalves, if he plays like he's playing, he'll go to the World Cup. He'll get the treatment he got last time, which he won't fucking play. He'll sit on the bench for like 1 game maybe and won't see any game time still.
Yeah, facts.
So that's my Fernand Sanchoran for the week.
No. Fuck that guy.
Fucking get Conte Sal in there. He wouldn't take shit. At least I'd take him.
Actually, low key, I'd say Jorge Jesus. But anyways,
I've been saying that too. I'm with you on that kind of.
I only bring up this image. We're not going to talk about this game per se, even though they were lucky to get this win.
I didn't watch this one, but I heard
the Clásico coming up on the weekend on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, 3:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Against Porto, 2 big games off of three jornadas, as we were well aware of. Let's preview this game. Basically, Porto coming off a big win away or at home to Marítimo, first jornada 5-1. Let me remind you guys who scored that because I forgot. But I'm pretty sure Taremi scored 2 if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. It was went too far back. And they're also coming off of a 3-0 win against Tondela, of course, for the Supertaça. So it was Taremi with 2, Ivan Nielsen, Ivan Marcano, who scored in this game, and then Tony Martinez. So it's, Portuguese league teams with more than 1 striker actually exist, which is, wild.
What a concept. What's that like?
Insane. So yeah, Rich, take us through this. What are your thoughts on what preview this game for me? What are your worries? What are your concerns? What are you looking forward for?
God, I don't know if we have enough time for that. I said at the beginning, I think the title's going to be Porto's to lose. I think even though they do weird transfer bins where they'll just let guys go for cheap and then they'll sell one guy for like 50 million and then they'll just let a guy go for free. They always seem to do a good job in recruitment. So I think for me the big thing is they're going to probably dominate the midfield against us, which I'm worried about. We don't have a normal striker right now, which I'm also worried about, whereas they have multiple they can roll with. Taremi, who always seems to burn us. It went from Luis Diaz to Taremi very quickly because he used to always burn us, so I'm concerned. I don't think we'll lose, but I don't think we're gonna win. We're going to the Dragão. It's gonna be hostile.
I'll take a lot more
hostile. I'll take a draw. I will take a shithouse draw at this point with the way things are kind of going. Like just to give us some fucking hope. Like I'll take a 1-1 or a 0-0 at this. I'll take a Fernand Sanz masterclass in this game if it's a draw. I would happily take it with injuries that we have, and we're not going to have a midfielder. We might have a midfielder bought by them, but he's not going to be ready to play. Like not a full 90. He might make a 5-10 minute cameo at the end if we get somebody. So I'll take a 0-0.
Fair enough. Krish?
It feels like it's going to be tough, but the thing is, Porto didn't play that great per se against Vizela. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to go 1-1 draw. Slightly shithouse, but to be fair, most of our games at the Dragão are slightly shithoused, even if we win, including the one that comes to memory. I think we took the lead in the first half through Nuno Santos.
That was the
season,
league.
I think.
That was the league last season. Yeah, we were 2-0 lead.
Yeah. So and to be fair, like they definitely have more chances than us, right? So like, even when it's going good, it's still suspicious. Was the point of bringing that up?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a loss is definitely gonna put us in a hole for sure, though. We'll be behind by what, 5 points then?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's two. That's already 3 games. 5 points is not where you want to be.
Not impossible, but it's not. It's not ideal.
Does a loss make the board more likely to go to the market?
Oh, they'll panic buy. If they lose,
Does a win
buy.
make us more or less likely to bring people in? Because like, oh yeah, we're set actually.
I think a win or a draw, they probably would just kind of see how the market goes. I think a loss, they would panic buy. I think even now they would probably be okay with a draw. I think a win or a draw, they're laughing. If they lose, they're going to panic buy somewhere.
If they're okay with the draw, then that means that the objectives for the season have changed in the last 24 hours. Because I don't think that they were probably as cool with the draw as they were 24 hours ago. But
I'm gonna be honest with you. Even thinking about it even more,
we might be in shambles, low-key.
We might be back.
I think we definitely are.
We might suck soon. We might be back to the dark days.
Let me also just because I just literally thought of this even more so on how weird this timing is. It's like out of all the teams, it's Porto. Like Varandas hasn't stopped talking shit about Pinta Costa for at least 5 years, like since his presidency has started. When it comes to Porto, Benfica, it's like he's quiet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like out of the rivalry that they've ensued, you want to sell your most important midfield player now
before that game, like
wild. That's why initially when the news came out, the news was gone. I thought it was another mind game because I thought Adan was a mind game. When it came to Braga, like, oh, he might not play. He might not even play until Porto. And then, boom, he plays. I thought this was another one. Like, oh, we're about to sell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it might be another mind game, right? Maybe Nunes plays on Saturday. Who knows? He fails a medical or some shit like that. I'm still keeping faith, boys. I'm still holding out to hope. But
I'm hoping. I'll pray to every god that exists at this point to keep him, but I don't think it's likely.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
that was the medical, bro. That means we might have bigger problems on our hands.
Yeah, we might have a lot more issues all of a sudden.
You're not fucking wrong.
Like at this point, we're like, what the fuck is going on? Now they're testing the whole team, someone else, but now it's like we're shambles.
Yeah, I'm going with a tough 2-0 defeat though.
I tried to be a little optimistic. I was thinking defeat, but my heart was saying
1-1 draw.
My mind was saying.
Let me actually see what the odds are.
My mind was saying they're gonna lose, but my heart was like, I can't bet against this fucking team.
Yeah.
So I went with the draw. How happy is Varandas, by the way, if the Clacks aren't there? Because they'd be losing their minds the next home game. If they were to come back from the Portugal.
Bro, but they're definitely not there.
There's 2, and they're like the fucking small ones. There was
no
atmosphere.
They're not there.
Once the Modalidades open up again, or once we see Varandas at like a smaller venue, he'll hear it. Especially if this game goes to shit, he'll hear it.
Yeah, because if they were coming to the Alvalade the next game, like game or 2 after, and they were already in a shambles, and then they put in a bad performance there, they would Juvileo would rip them apart. Because which clocks are there? It's to see the Verde and who else?
They're all there in some capacity.
Yeah.
I didn't think Juvileo was at any of the home games anymore. I don't see any of their shit.
Not with their shit, they're not. No.
Oh, because we have that weird fucking empty section. And I'm not gonna lie, I might have ripped a free stream with no commentary, so it was very apparent that there wasn't a lot of noise at the Alvalade compared to years past.
Actually, Juvileo did sign the protocol, didn't they?
I didn't think they did.
Which one did or did? Because it was either one Directivo or Juvileo. One did and one didn't. I don't remember which one.
It would have been Directivo probably signed, but the only clocks I actually saw that were still semi-visible was Torcida Verde and the Brigada or whatever the fuck they're called. We have too many fucking clocks. Get rid of one anyways. Fuck it. But yeah, Juvileo definitely didn't sign that. It might have been Directivo that signed the protocols, but I still didn't even see Directivo stuff.
No,
the
it is
game.
Juve. It is Juve, bro. Brigada or Directivo is the one that rejected it, and they said they're going to the Curva in the north. So Juve,
So we're gonna have two
Brigada,
separate
and
like we had
Torcida are
before.
all, and then there's still the Cartão de Adepto section, but the clack sections are not full in any way, shape.
No, they're fucking empty. It was watching like Champions League last season. We just had this one fucking random ass section that was pure empty, and the rest of the stadium was full. It was shambled. It was so ugly on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sporting plus 250. Draw 220. So it's more favored for a draw than for Sporting to win.
Yeah.
Might have to throw money on that. Even Porto at 110. That's pretty good.
All right.
So yeah, Sporting obviously not favorites on this one, especially after selling Nunes.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have thought? Christian, I mean, I don't have anything else, so take it away with Modalidades.
I feel like the main one to point out is the ladies had their first official game. For some reason, the Supertaça is 4 teams, so it's like a semi.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then it's a final. So we played we played Braga in the semi, and Benfica played Famalicão, and we both won 3-0. So now we play Benfica in the final in like 2 weeks. The game's not until August 28th or something. So it's not even, I don't know, man. It's weird. So yeah, we're in the Supertaça final in like a couple weeks.
Sure. Okay. This is weird. You would think you'd just do that all over like 1 week.
I think Portuguese national team might have some qualifiers soon. That's why they've been doing the photo shoots still together. So Trevante Williams is going to make his debut for Portugal soon.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be sick.
All right.
Boys, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. Anything else that I forgot? Yeah. All right.
Copy the transfer.
We're gonna get linked to. We're gonna get linked to some players in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and there may even be a deadline day surprise.
I think we make one more signing. Like, I'd be shocked if we didn't make one more.
Oh no, definitely one more.
Like, it's how panic, but it's like how late in the window is it going to be, and how much of a panic buy is it going to be? Is it going to be like not a panic buy or extreme panic buy?
Where are you boys sitting in terms of Ronaldo? He's coming.
He's not fucking coming back. He's going to Atletico.
George
Mendes is already worth his magic.
We literally could have got him to come if we trended in the up direction instead of the down direction.
Yeah.
Because bro,
he's about to leave United for another United.
He's about to leave, dude. He's about to leave.
Where's he gonna go? Like right now,
4-0 this weekend, bro.
Embarrassing.
He's eating in the cafeteria alone, bro. It's over, dude. He's literally out. But
I seen something today where he was like, "I'll explain everything in an interview in the next few weeks."
Oh,
he's about to tear that club apart. Do you think he'd want to come to a club like us right now? Nope.
Bro,
that interview in 2 weeks, though, bro.
I would pay. I would pay no money, and I'll rip it for free on the internet to watch that interview, though. Where's he gonna go? Realistically, if you're put in your mind, you're Cristiano Ronaldo. Where does he go? Because you're not going back to Real Madrid. If you're in Florentino, Big Flo fucking shot that shit down in a hurry.
Alwarda.
Like in Europe, where you go? Dortmund. There was a murmur that he was going to be with Dortmund, then that got shut down in a hurry. Anytime he's been linked with Sporting in the last month, he's been shut down. Zenit. Oh god. Chelsea would make some
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Shakhtar, if they're even playing games.
There's this like this really quick tangent about when right after Jimmy Butler left the Sixers, and B was kind of like bemoaning on Instagram, and Jimmy Butler commented, "I know a place where villains are welcome." Ronaldo needs a place right now where villains are welcome.
Atletico Madrid.
Atletico. That's the only team that would make any sense. Would be Atletico or Chelsea right now. Yeah. That's the only two teams because Dortmund.
Atletico's got that heavy men's connection, bro. It's a good one, and
that's what I've been reading.
Yeah.
Leo?
No,
heavy men's connection.
I want PSG.
Not in a prestige.
Don't fucking go to Wolves. I want PSG because we're gonna get a Ronaldo. I know, but we're gonna get a Ronaldo.
PSG said no to him.
We're gonna get a Ronaldo Messi 30 for 30 from ESPN. It's gonna be lovely. And I want, regardless of whether he went or not, I want it. I want that just for the docu. I want it for the culture, just one time. Because we're gonna have to watch people who love Ronaldo and hate Messi and hate Ronaldo, love Messi, and then they're just gonna be us who are like, I don't really fucking care. I just want to see chaos. Like, and I kind of want to see that just for the mental gymnastics people are gonna have to try to do.
Also, if you saw George Jesus' quote,
I was gonna say
he said that he doesn't think Ronaldo wants to go to a non-top 5 league. So that's bad news for Portugal. Seventh league.
We're 7. We're behind Netherlands now.
George Jesus also said he doesn't think he'll come to to Fenerbahce, even though George Jesus really wants him to.
Yeah, crazy.
Shit, what you fucking dumb fuck. Oh man, I fucking hate that
George
guy.
Jesus hadn't fucking made a Flamengo.
Some managers might not even want him, bro. Apparently, a lot of managers that don't want him.
Here's the thing. And I'll try to be objective about this. And I love Ronaldo. He's probably one of my favorite players of all time. He's most Portuguese people's favorite players of all time. He's not that guy anymore. Like, I watch him when he plays for Portugal, and it becomes fucking hero. He tries to play hero ball, and you can't do it anymore. Get over yourself. And when he doesn't play well, the fucking whole team suffers. That's the problem.
Fair, but then when he does play well,
we're praising him, and we're like,
he's still, even at 37, he's still. Bro, United get relegated if it's not for Ronaldo last season.
Or United are finishing fucking 50.
Ronaldo might be. I might get killed for this, but Ronaldo might be the factor, even without Nunes, of us winning the league potentially if we end up getting him, which we won't.
I mean,
even though I hold a small bit of faith.
Fucking Bournemouth and Brighton to fucking Gil Vicente and fucking Rio.
Yeah, but those guys, Bournemouth and fucking Brighton, for example, they'll actually attack Manchester United and they'll actually hold possession. Yeah. Good luck trying to fucking break down Gil Vicente, who put 8 bodies behind the ball and 2 man on you already.
Nacional. Thank God we don't have to play fucking Nacional this year.
We have to play Marítimo. That's even worse.
Just play Marítimo because Marítimo caused Alcochete. We talked about this last time I was on. They're the one. If we didn't fucking draw to Marítimo that game or lose to Marítimo, we wouldn't have had Alcochete.
Yeah.
Like
Ronaldo's 7-2 to join Sporting.
I don't know. I don't see it at this stage. I'd love to see him for the nostalgia. I just don't think it happened. I think it's a year or two too soon. I think he still thinks he's that guy.
He's not in a good
but he's not that guy.
He's
lost all power. The ball is not even the ball's not even in the arena, let alone his court. Yeah. It's gone. It's
the thing
in
also
country.
with this Nunes deal that I was thinking, if the board are making decisions against Amorim's wishes.
Yeah,
they might just
Ronaldo. Say fucking and do it.
And it doesn't matter whether Amorim wants him or not.
Well, they did with Slimani. And the thing is, you can kind of sit there and fuck off and tell Slimani fuck off. Go.
You can't do that to Ronaldo.
Train with the B team. You will. Who's gonna be going faster, Ronaldo or him? They'll fire Amorim before they get.
I still think Amorim at the end still gave him like a stamp of approval. Like, okay, bring in Slimani. We can't get anybody else.
Yeah.
If Ronaldo plays for Sporting B, they're getting promoted to the Segunda Liga.
Fuck, I would hope so. God.
He might play with his son at Sporting B.
I think that's when he comes. Is when
he wants to do it before LeBron does it. So
he's gonna pull Gordie Howe.
He's gonna be like Vila, right? Signed for Sporting B exclusively. Like signed to be the captain of Sporting B.
Well, it's like friggin' Gordie Howe when he played hockey. He played with like both of his sons, and he was like 55. I wouldn't put it past Ronaldo to do that with his son.
He'll
be like
45, bro. He's gonna be doing that next year, dude, or this
year.
How old is Junior?
Like 14, 15.
Yeah,
old enough for our B team.
Asugo got a freaking game when he was like 15, so it's not impossible.
Ronaldo's trying to do it before fucking LeBron does it. Let me tell you, he's gonna do it at Sporting B this season.
Sporting B. God,
all right, so that's the end of our show.
We're daft. We're out.
This is for Simon in the chat. You can follow Chris there. You can follow Sam here. Of course, Steph, myself, our boy Rich. Thanks as always for joining us, bro.
No problem.
Special thank you for the thumbnails constantly. We do appreciate it. We love them. And make sure to follow the page here. Boys, we'll talk about the blah blah blah. What am I trying to say? The Portugal game next week. Hopefully, we'll have a signing by then or something. We'll see.
It could be a very sad or very
it could be
happy
a dark
podcast.
pod.
Yeah.
It could be we could have signed 3 players and got a surprise win. Who knows?
Or we could have nobody and got pumped 3-0.
It could harken back to the days when like Steph or Sam said when it was like they were losing every game and it was like this is dark days for the podcast.
Yeah.
It could be one of those shows.
We might be going back to the dark ages. Dave
Dark
might be
days
getting
for the
his
podcast where when we were like in 4th with Kaiser.
Kaiser,
Yeah.
long live Kaiser ball. I maintain if
I mean,
Fucking
dark
didn't
days. We
fuck
were in the
around.
podcast when the Alco shit happened. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
oh you were
that was pretty
definitely around
fucking.
then.
That was pretty fucking dark, bro.
Yeah,
Well, because you didn't know what was going on with Al Crochet. You're like, what the fuck is who didn't lock
dude,
the
every
gate?
day there was a new insane rumor. Like
Yeah.
they're just resigning, or like they're not. Remember, like they're just not playing the cup final.
They're just not going to
forfeiting-
play, and then no, they're going to
forfeit
play.
it. I honestly wish, in hindsight, I wish they did just forfeit the final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been less.
I actually
painful,
wish
think.
we had bought it off from the auction recently, like last week. That would've been
I was
sick.
tempted.
The
you
auction's
imagine?
still-
I was running the
it's
numbers.
through
and
October,
my
I
bank
think.
account.
So we have
So
time.
that's why we sold Nunes.
You're
We
gonna
don't have
buy
a
the
euro
Costa
for a
Pizza.
player. We want to buy the Tasa. That's smart.
Ah, smart. Galaxy brain plays
All right, Rich. Again, thanks for joining us,
anytime.
ladies and gents. We'll see you guys next week. Arrivederci.